Hello and welcome to Hangar 21. This is a guide to the spawn locations for the premium map dog tag boxes. I do wish they had a better name, so for the rest of this video they'll be referred to as boxes or spawn points. These boxes you must find, slash with a knife and then press E to interact to get the map dog tag. All the spawn locations I'm going to show you come from this map and these pictures, and these were put together by DEATH3d and HJP and posted on Reddit. If I remember, I'll try to put a link in the description, but the link does keep changing for these images. I'm going to start at F because this is the end of the map that it spawned me, and there are 3 points actually near the F flag. So the first is down here by a pair of boxes. Now it's not this first pair of boxes here, a lot of people check there, it's this pair by the fence. So it will spawn in there at the corner of the 2 boxes. So ignore the boxes in the middle, look for the ones by the fence. The next spawn point is under the walkway. So if you move up here, you've got this covered area, and the box spawn point is by these boxes here. So it spawns in between the pallet and the wall next to the boxes. Just in there. And there's one on the roof. So if we move up to the top, there's a box spawn point in the far corner here. And it literally just spawns on the floor by the corner of the fence. So just there. That's 3 points at F. So now we're going to move on up towards E. Here we are at E, and there are 3 spawn points at this flag as well. So the first one is over here, and it's a bit tricky to find. I found it by blowing up the mini-map in the picture, and it spawns there by these little rocks. So that's the direction they were facing in the picture, and it should be just around there. The next one is by this tree stump with no leaves on it. So it's the only tree with no leaves around the bottom, and it should spawn just in there, the bottom of the post. All the other trees have got leaves and branches at the bottom. And the final one is stuck away down here. Now this one again is a bit hard to find because the picture is so dark, but looking at a blown up version of the mini-map, it was here. So in that little dark area here. And now you can see why I've got a torch on my gun when I look for these locations. Makes them far easier to spot in the little dark recesses. Moving across the valley we get to D. I'm going to start on top of the tower because there's one spawn point up here and it's by these 2 boxes. And the clue as to which boxes it is that little white label. If you look at the other boxes on top of the tower, they don't have that white label in the same place. So it's these 2 boxes on this side where the railgun spawns, and the box should appear just between the 2 of them. So now I'm going to jump off the tower because the next spawn point is down here at the base, and it's between these 2 boxes here. So this is where I found my dog tag, so I definitely know there's a spawn point at that one. We move up towards the flag and you've got these pipes. There's another spawn point in that left hand pipe. So again, it's another good example as to why you use a torch. Inside the building there's another spawn point, and it's here by these servers. And it spawns on the floor in the corner between the servers and the wall. So that's it for point D. Now I'm going to move up towards point C. At the C flag we have 3 spawn locations all pretty close together. The first one is here on the end of this long box, and it spawns on top of the box, not on the floor. The next point is just around the corner. Now there are 2 trucks here, but it's this truck because there's no snow under the wheels and the box will spawn between the 2 back wheels of the truck. And the third point is stuck over here in the dark. It's actually behind this fence. and it will spawn in that little gap there. So it took me a while to work out which rocks it was and which way they were facing, but it's right in there. If you don't want to give clues to other people as to where you're looking, you can sneak around the corner and get to it that way. So let's move up the hill towards the hangar itself. Before we actually get into the hangar, there are 2 points on the entrances. So there's one up here. Ignore the first skip and run to the second skip, which is this one here, and behind it, it will spawn on the floor just here. So you can tell it's this skip because of the rocks on the floor match the picture. So right there should be a spawn point. And if we run back down and underneath the hangar, so into the exhaust vents where all the big flames are, we can find another spawn point. And this one is very tricky to track down because there's no information in the picture at all other than the floor tiles. So what I did was I zoomed in on the mini-map, worked out where he was standing and what direction he was facing, and it's up this left hand side. So he was standing around here looking this way but down at the floor. So it should spawn somewhere around here, but I can't tell you exactly where because it was just, he was standing here and you couldn't actually read any of the details on the tiles. So all these tiles have got numbers on, but you couldn't read the ones in the picture. So somewhere here is the best I can do. Let's head into the hangar and we're going to go to the A flag. So all the spawn points up here are on this upper level. The first one is down this side and it's on top of these water containers. So it will appear around there on top of these containers. The next 2 spawn points are at the back of the hangar, but again they're on this upper level. One of the pictures is wrong. It says it's on the lower level and it's the one for these generators. So it's not downstairs, it's upstairs and it spawns here. So by those 2 green legs in between the generators. And as you can see, we're on the upper level, not the lower level. The final spawn point is here on the back of this forklift truck. There are a few forklift trucks, in fact there's one just down the other end of the corridor, but the background of the picture of the forklift shows those and the tank. So that's the right one. Now there's got to be more spawn points around here, especially at B where none have been found, but it is quite easy to hide things in this hangar. And that's all the spawn points that have been listed by DEATH3d and HJP. On this map I would recommend equipping a flashlight on one of your weapons because some of them do spawn in little dark nooks and crannies. And don't be surprised if you can't find the box at one of these locations because there's bound to be more locations than this. We haven't got any locations at the B flag, so if it doesn't spawn at one of these locations you're just going to have to be patient and try again. So I hope this helps and thanks for watching.